Okay, it's Saturday night, it's Romford Horror Festival. I'm here with the filmmakers. Whoa! The filmmakers behind Torture Day. And I'll just say at the beginning, there will be subtitles for this, because I think there might be some struggling at some point. Steve, introduce yourself and then pass down the line, and everyone else will introduce themselves, what their role in the film was, please.
I'm Sibley, I'm the writer and director of Torture Day.
My name is Ross Alan Doney, and I play Lewis in Torture Day.
I'm Brent Hunter, and I play Tony in Torture Day.
My name's Darren Ward, and I did some of the makeup special effects in Torture Day.
My name's Cy, and I'm an alcoholic. and I played Robert in Torture Day.
My name's Sam Mason Bell. I was co-DOP and co-producer. Oh, I know, actor.
I'm the dude that died.
Yeah. God got killed near the end. So, Stephen, your inspirations for this film, was it based on a previous film of yours or another film?
Yeah, it was actually based on 3 movies. Luigi Cozzi's Kill 'Em or Skill Again, that was the first primary thing. Okay. And not a short film, like a B-movie feature called The Man in the Backseat from 1961, like a British movie, about 2 gangsters who kill a guy who's in the backseat, and a 1963 film called The Sadist. Okay. So I just took the combination of them and then kind of also brought it to a modern day, bringing the slasher element for the second and third act. Yeah. So the first and pretty much the second act are just based on them 3 movies, really. That is usually my approach to movies, is just to take an idea and I'm not afraid to say it, just, take it in another direction. Yeah. And they were the 3 major influences for that. And plus obviously other genres into the slash films, which will make me hopefully apparent to people when they watch it, they'll see what kind of reference that is to that. Yeah.
Where did you shoot the film?
The beginning of the first montage, that's down Portsmouth. And then the rest of it was the first stuff in the house, that was all Jesmond and Newcastle. And the rest of it was kind of more Sunderland area. But I see the film was set like Portsmouth and Newcastle, because it's meant to be set pretty much there anyway. So obviously I live in Sunderland, so I shot most of it there, save money.
Let's pass down the line. Let's say how we all first got involved, and have you all worked together before? You have, haven't you? No.
Yeah, so I worked with Steve once before, Taped Up Families, and that was kind of my reboot into acting and performing, seeing if I could even perform on set. It was a 2-day shoot, 1 day in 1 month, 1 day in another month. Either way, it went really well. And then, you just gave me a ring one time, and you were like, well, I wasn't originally thinking about you to do this role, you know, you don't have that face. You were looking for a certain look. And then you were like, but, you know, Sam, lovely enough, put my name forward, because he's so lovely like that. And then I was like, okay, I've never played a killer before, you know. I'm like, sounds interesting. Yeah, he goes a bit Terminator. Oh, sounds interesting. And it was just one of those things where I didn't have to think about it too much. But until I realised what I was attached to, and then I was like, okay, now I have to get into serial killer mode. But yeah, that's basically how I got into it. I'll hush you down.
I've worked with somebody before in the past, once, twice, but my dream was to be an actor from a young age. The first film I've actually done with Ross and Sam, this year has been the first with the guys, and I loved it. It was absolutely amazing. And how we come in was, well, the same again with Ross. Sibley phoned, do you fancy a partner for them? Do you want to do this as the thug? And I thought, yeah, well, you've got it in here. And so I thought, yeah, I'll give it a try, yeah, it'll be something exciting, be something there, hopefully open the doors to a future, if that makes sense, you know? Like, so, because it's always been a dream, and it's something that I'm not going to stop until I get there, unless I drop, you know what I mean? That's how it is. But, yeah, it's been fun, it's been class work with the lads, but, yeah, it's been a long dream. It's took some work, but it's worth every minute of the day I've done it.
Hi. I got involved. Basically, I've been hanging out with Sam and Jackson from Trash Arts the last couple of years. You know, they're in Portsmouth, I'm in Southampton, and so I think this is dead. No, it's okay. There we go. So basically, I normally write and direct my own movies, but over the last couple of years, I've got involved in 3 or 4 features that Trash Arts have made. Just doing a bit of blood and guts, really. I like throwing blood around as well, especially in my own films. And so basically, and Steve, I first met Steve 2021 up at Horror on Sea, and he come over and said he was a fan of my sort of crime trilogy that I've done over the last like 20 odd years, and basically the connections. It's a small world in the indie world, and Steve knew Sam as well, and Jackson, so the natural thing. Steve's down one day, I'm over one day, we're chatting more, and it's like, hey man, do you want to do a bit of gore for me? So absolutely. So yeah, that's what we did.
Go on, shall I get
Yeah, you put me up now.
I've worked with Sips, luckily enough, on a couple of occasions before. We did Deadly Display with the Trash Arts gang as well. And then, it was a really collaborative kind of project, really. I did some reading with Ross online.
Yeah, we did
some like Zoom stuff. And we were trying to think about my character and what it could be. I was originally kind of like a Cockney criminal guy, but then we decided I'd be a corrupt politician. It seemed more, I don't know, it seemed like the right thing to do at the right time to be a slimy, corrupt politician.
Shifty.
But it was...
Did you just find it naturally then?
Yeah.
Thanks, Ross.
It's just a
I didn't find it naturally. No, but it was, and that was it really, So we discussed the script and everything. Steve would send me, and obviously met Ross online, and it was, great fun.
Yeah, we've been lucky for the last few years to be able to work with Steve with Trash Arts. He's come down from Sunderland for various shoots, just a crew, and just to spend time with us, and we've been developing ideas, and I mean, that's like the best thing about the independent film scene is the collaborative attitude, and the fact that we can do it nationally from south to north is amazing. Yeah. So I'll jump at what I can to help Steve, and I know that he'll do the same thing for me, so it's rather beautiful.
It's making it here. No one else is here.
He's in his own world. Now a little more we wait for.
So let's talk about your proudest moment. Obviously, we'll start with you, Stephen. What's your when you see the film up there? What's the proudest moment?
Oh yeah, well that was another thing.
The filament. It is.
I think it was when, and again for Ross, it was when I finally found who Lewis was as a character. Yep. Because Lewis was such obviously integral part of the movie. My perception was, not my perception, my thing of the character was similar to Don't Fuck With Cats, that kind of character, like a kind of person who was like kind of a look. He was kind of like very narcissistic, very cold, no kind of emotion, just really thingy. And it was when, like, say, when Sam put Ross forward, and I was like, I don't really see it, Ross, don't be offended by that. But when I spoke on the phone, and I heard Lewis for the first time, I was like, oh my God, that is Lewis. Finally found him, because if Lewis was miscast, the film would not work. One of the reasons why Si's character works with Lewis is because the chemistry works between the actors and the characters. And it only works by his playfulness, his manipulation of the situation. So yeah, that was my moment where I thought, oh wow, I've got a good killer. And again, when I see them in the costume for the first time, when I put the costume on, I was looking in the mirror going, does this actually work? Does this look right? Because it looked weird from my perspective. But as soon as Ross put it on, and he showed us how he'd move, how he'd walk, I was like, that's what I need. That was the most important thing for me, is get that right, that aspect, and that was through circumstances, Ross coming on board and bringing that to it.
Yeah. Just ask everyone then, the proudest moment involved in the film.
Oh, well, thank you very much. My proudest moment. I would have said, so I've been on a bit of a physical journey in the last few years, got myself into a good shape. It is great that we found Lewis, but I'm more proud of the fact that I was able to actually physically do it, because there's a lot of running, there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of killing, and I didn't really realise what I was getting myself into until about halfway through we were shooting, and then I was like, oh my God, I'm actually doing this. Yeah. And then we finished the movie, and that's my proudest part of the entire thing, is being able to work with such beautiful people. And like I said this to you, blue in the face, I've never fallen in love with such a cast, crew and location than I have when I worked on this thing. and that will remain the same forever, So that's my proudest part, is just the people that I work with, the places I've been to, the things I've had to do. I had to do some weird shit for this film, that's my proudest moment, I'd say.
My view is just being actually getting the opportunity to be that character of who I am and be something and become something and get it out there for everybody to recognise that it's all about, how can I explain it? It was amazing, and then meeting the lads, unbelievable, just getting to know everybody. It was like, it's like we're a family, if that makes sense. And that was the best opportunity, getting that opportunity and that chance, and then meeting the lads who I've met and working with the crew. I'll be happy to do it again. I couldn't regret nothing. I want no regrets on nothing. I've absolutely loved every minute of it, to be honest. From the day it started, thanks to the lads, including Sibley as well. From the day I got that opportunity, I was blessed. I was blessed.
Oh, bless you, dude.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's always nice to be asked by, fellow filmmaker if you want to sort of hop on board the project and get involved. So, as I said before, I mean, any excuse to throw some blood around.
You're on the answer.
I was there, so no, but I mean, the proudest part, I guess, is just, being able to do the job that Steve wanted me to do, and everything went smooth on the day. We did what we needed to do, and Steve was pleased with the work. So that's all you need, really. It's just helping out and getting mucking in and
becoming a part of it, isn't it? It's all about becoming a part, yeah.
I think my proudest moment was actually finding our way out of the woods to the car.
Yeah, we got
Because there was no GPS working, and we were wandering. And Steve did all those shots of Lewis walking through the woods whilst we were completely lost. The rest of us were going, where the fuck are we going? We want to get back to the car. It's been a long day. Covered in fake blood, etc. No, seriously, proudest moment just seeing it up on screen and seeing everyone do their absolute best. And it's the passion that Steve has for filmmaking, and I think everyone else feeds off that passion. And therefore they give their all. Do you know what I mean? And it becomes it's a hard process. It can be an extreme filmmaking process, when you're in the woods and it's cold and all the rest of it. But it's it's worth it to see the results on the screen, and I think everyone's completely invested their heart and soul into the film. So yeah.
I have to say, the fact that we got a scare park for the end was pretty damn impressive.
Definitely.
That was down to our other producer, Wayne Thompson. He managed to get the scare park, and when you said it was like, fuck yeah, man, just put the end at the scare park. Stunning sentence.
Too good not to. Too good to turn down that opportunity.
And it was good because we were going to use like 40% of the scare park, if that.
If that's like,
you can't make this
still plenty more for the next film from what on.
Right, we're going to have to wrap it there, I'm afraid.
That's cool, yeah.
But thank you guys all for coming. Congratulations on the finished film.
Thank you.
And can I have a round of applause, please, for the crew on Talk Today.